Okay, so a quick word about magnets. Since people have asked me a lot of questions about this project and what I've done, what kind of magnets I've used, I just want to throw a couple quick things out about magnets that will hopefully help you, and at the very least, hopefully help you avoid some pitfalls, especially if you're not accustomed to working with these magnets. So as you can see, all of the magnets that I use now, this is my little magnet drawer. I have a little tool organizer that holds bits and bobs for all sorts of stuff in my normal everyday job as well. I use this all the time. But so usually when I'm working on something like this, I'll just pull the drawer out and just keep it with me rather than go back and forth to the organizer. But magnets, when you put them in a drawer like this, unless you separate them, they just get into like this little wad. Actually, in my organizer, I have to keep this drawer separate. All of the drawers that surround this drawer in my organizer have to be non-metallic. Otherwise, you can't open them or it makes a mess and pulls stuff apart, because the magnets, even across drawers, like if you keep washers in here, the washers are all going to go to the side of the other drawer and you're going to pull it out. It can make a mess, and it can actually pull the other drawer out. So everything surrounding this one has to be non-ferrous, nylon washers, stuff like that. Now, another thing to keep in mind with these types of magnets is they're really strong. These are neodymium magnets. Now, you can Home Depot sells neodymium magnets. Any hardware store is going to sell different types of these. Usually, they're much, much larger, though. These tiny little magnets like this that you see, hobby shops will carry them as well in this size. But for the most part, especially some of these really, really tiny ones that I have here, they're like 1/16. I forget why I even bought these. I think I do a lot of X-Wing miniatures as well, and so I'll mod those. And I think I might have bought these for doing like laser blasts or making the little tiny turrets on the Y-Wings rotatable, stuff like that. I think that's why I bought these extremely tiny ones. But like these ring ones I used for bases, so that they have bevel mounts and whatnot. But aside from that, so these things are really strong. And these bars here are ones that I bought specifically for the Sophie's Revenge pirate ship. And I bought them because they are polarized laterally. Now, a lot of times, so like these are all polarized end to end. Now, they will stick to each other side to side to a degree, but the strength is always going to be in this particular pole going end to end. That's how the magnets always want to connect. That's what they want to do. Now, you can, even these ring magnets, you can get them polarized side to side. It's more of a specialty thing, though, and I can almost guarantee you're not going to find those at your mom and pop's hardware shop or even at your hobby shop. You have to get those ordered specially from a magnet shop. Personally, I order everything from K&J Magnetics. They have an amazing selection, and they're also located here in Pennsylvania, not too far from where I live in Philadelphia. So shipping, anytime I've ordered from them, shipping takes like 2 days. Even using the most budget option, because they're just so close. If I weren't lazy, I could probably actually drive out to their shop and buy them. But these are magnetized laterally side to side. This was so that there is more surface area, thus more pull for the decks. And like I said, these are more of a specialty thing as far as magnets go. So you probably will have to order these special. These are 1/8 by 1/8 by 3/4 inch. Now, something to remember with neodymium magnets, aside from the fact that they're so strong, they are also quite brittle. Now, I don't want to demonstrate this because I don't want to break my magnets, but if you just kind of leave them to their own devices, like say if I dropped this here, the force of this would pull it, and actually they're so strong that the pull force will actually break the magnets. It's happened to me many, many times on projects, even on stuff that I'm using when I'm a theatrical carpenter, so I do a lot of prop design, prop building, and even in use props, just the sheer act of using it will snap the magnets in half. And when that happens, it can actually reverse the poles. You end up with 2 separate magnets, the poles get all screwy, and it kind of messes up the whole thing. It's a huge pain in the neck, so be real careful with that. Also, if they're large enough, if you're using really big neodymium magnets, they can actually be quite dangerous. Now I'm talking like real big here, not little guys like this, but like, if you get someone like the really big ones, they'll actually cut a finger off if you're not careful. Like they will just and crush your finger, and I've hurt myself badly, actually on a knife magnet for for kitchen knives. Installing one of those, it came with a metal bracket, and as I was installing the metal bracket and trying to put it on there, it actually snapped closed and cut my finger really badly. That really sucked. But anyway, so yeah, so be careful with these. Try and be ginger. Boy, the poles on this are so strong. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, that is a very long video about magnets. How do they work? It's magic. It's a miracle. No, it's not, you idiot clowns. It's science. Science. It's amazing. So yeah, be conscious of poles, and be careful, and have fun with your magnets doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Have fun, Reapers. Bye-bye.